Paul, I guess the news of the day, what can you tell us about Dustin Byfuglien's status?
Just as what you read in the press release, he had asked for and was granted a personal leave of absence.
Do you have any update on the timeline or what you expect?
No, there would be no timeline to it.
Of course, your fan base, there'll be all kinds of speculation. Can you,
Yeah.
can you rule out something?
So let's just put it this way, there's nothing sinister to this. You start going down the list and then process of elimination, and he has the right to his privacy in this. So, like I said, there's nothing sinister to it. He needs some time, and he was given that.
Was this something, Paul, that maybe you were anticipating or just kind of came out of the blue last minute?
No, it was new. It was something new.
Obviously, the blue line with the turnover was going to be a storyline coming into camp.
Sure.
So how does this impact that storyline now?
Well, we don't know if it impacts it at all. I mean, for tomorrow's skate, it will. But we get into timelines again, and I don't have those answers for you. So we've got some new faces back there, and camp is important for them. If you're looking for silver linings, there's more games now, possibly. If Dustin misses games, to take a look at some of these guys.
Is there a reason to be concerned for Dustin?
Well, no, I think it's going to be well handled.
Well, how do you approach this training camp, maybe in comparison to years past? Beyond Dustin, obviously, you've got two big holes up front that aren't here.
Yeah, you know what? You deal with it like injuries. So with Dustin, he missed half the season for us last year, and that's true of all players that and again, we may hit opening night and not have any of these, but all three guys back in the lineup. So we go out for at camp, and we've got direction. We want to move the team in terms of style of play, and we also need to assess some of these new faces coming in and see where they fit. That's the purpose of camp.
What direction is that, Paul, in terms of some of those changes?
Part of it is the personnel change, right? So getting to know those guys and style of play that you're capable of playing. I don't think there's any secret the quality of our defensive game can improve. We felt it was really strong at times over the last 5 years, and then, where you're talking about going from 5th to 15th in the NHL in terms of goals against in that area, you want to make there's an obvious area that you can get better.
Your veteran players obviously know where they fit in to the fold, but do you sense more excitement amongst your kind of middle to young guys with obviously Kyle and Patty and now Dustin out?
Well, one of them said to me this summer, there's only so many seats at the table, and when one opens up, everybody gets pretty excited about it. So, sure, everybody wants more, and there's opportunity when you have players leave and players come in. There's that reshuffling idea always gives somebody the idea he can get to play more.
Paul, you've talked about the skill of defense before in the past. Is that something that has to be, I guess, a priority in camp here again?
So the two parts of it. So the question is it directed to the change in the players on our back end, or the comments that I've made? There's specifics to playing defense that need to get developed with a young team.
You guys were last in rush chances last year against and that sort of thing. So just
Right.
team defense in general.
So 2 years ago, you're talking about in that line.
You talked about it 2 years ago.
Right. So okay, I'm sorry. There's a development curve that goes into playing defense, just as there is with offense. The skill of it, how to control the puck in terms of defending a guy, keeping it. You learn those things as you go, so you're looking for improvement in that. And then every group comes together and you make that assessment of strength and weaknesses, where we're going to be good. Our rush defense, as much as you can look at it in specific, for me, it was generated more from our offensive game. And most of this league it's just a transition game. What happens, what you give when you get your chance, and what you give up. And that would be an area that I think we focus a lot on here in camp. We've got 4 things. Just to tell you what, come to camp every day and you'll know what they are, because we're going to work on them right from day one. We've got 4 things defensively that we really want to cue in on and be good at it. Some of it is kind of reestablishing. Some of it is a new way of handling certain events that happen in the game defensively. So you guys get to come and watch, and you get all the details you can.
Paul, will there be more experimentation than usual on your part in terms of who's playing with who up front and on?
Yeah, so
these exhibition games?
let me answer. Oh, the exhibition games. Yeah, I'll answer this now. So when you ask it 4 days from now, I can say there's going to be all different line combinations that happen in the first 7 days. I believe I have straight through the third exhibition game. I tell you that now, and I know that things are going to change on injury.
Will you
right?
number them for us at least?
What's that?
Will you number them for us?
No, you'll see it. I'm playing people that have never played together before. In some parts of it, you'll see is with the new faces that you come in, the best thing they can do is play with a guy who knows the systems. Because when they're in line and we're running the drill, they'll talk about it, and that's where the real quick learning. So we've paired our defense and our forward lines, even in terms of the veteran groups, with a new player to help with that. And then we'll run them, not really even look at special teams through the first 2 and 3 games. And then after that, we'll take what we've seen. Again, we've got some new faces, almost as of right now today, if this was our lineup, a new component on all 4 lines and all D pairings.
Right.
So we'll take what we've learned after that first block and start putting pairs together with our lines.
Can you give us just any spoilers on, is Andrew Kopp going to start as a center or a winger, and Jack Rossler going to start as a center or a winger?
Both on the wings.
Paul,